Hello everybody, welcome to the lesson. So we're going to learn Every Breath You Take by The Police, and the first thing I want to do is demonstrate this to you so you can see what we're going to learn in this lesson. So okay, now that pattern continues throughout the song, but there's other sections as well, but I'll show you those parts as we progress through the lesson. So I want to begin by asking you to play an A chord, but not as you've learnt it before with 3 fingers. This time I want you to do it with 1 finger going across strings 4, 3 and 2 at fret 2. So what we've got there effectively is like a mini bar because you're holding this finger flat across those strings. And then what I want you to do is to use your 3rd finger to go onto the 3rd string at fret 4. So what we've got is this. If you can pluck the notes 5, 4, 3, 2 like this. And they should all sound nice and clean like that. So you need to make sure you're holding down with plenty of pressure and make sure the back of this finger isn't accidentally touching the 2nd string, okay? So make sure this one's arched up. So what I want you to do is to use your plectrum to pluck strings 5, 4, 3, 4 and then 2, 3, 4, 3. So when we join it together it should sound like this. So what we've got there is an A9 chord. So you might have noticed on the original recording that they create a muted sound by using the palm of their hand to gently touch the strings at the bridge of the guitar. And if you remember back to the 12-part free e-course, I taught you that palm muting technique. So if you haven't already seen that, I suggest you go back and watch it because it's a free course and it's really worth looking at. So gently touching the strings with the palm of your hand, you can create this effect. Okay, so it's a muted sound. So we want to run that pattern twice, like this. Okay, very good. Now the next chord I'm going to show you is F sharp minor 9. Now this is a really tough one. This is quite a big stretch for the fingers. So I really encourage you to be patient with this one because it might take a bit of getting used to. And to be quite honest, everybody's hands are different. Some people will find this easy, some people will find it very, very difficult. So take your 1st finger and lay it across fret 2, so you're creating a bar. Holding down with plenty of pressure, you're going to put your middle finger on the 5th string at fret 4 and the little finger is going to go on the 4th string at fret 6. Now I realise that's quite a big stretch, so just have a go at plucking those strings, 6, 5, 4. Okay, now I also want you to pluck the 3rd string and it's worth noting that the bar is holding down the note for the 3rd string. So you need to make sure that you're holding down with plenty of pressure. And that might take a bit of practice. 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, getting all those notes nice and clear. So the pattern I want you to use is 6, 5, 4, 5. And then 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, there we go. So when we join it together, it sounds like this. And play it twice. Okay, very good. So you might want to stop the video and actually practice that one. So let's move on. The next one I want to show you is the D chord. So you're going to put a bar with the 1st finger at fret 5. And we're only really covering 5 strings. We're not going to use the 6th string for this chord. And you're going to use the 3rd finger as a mini bar and it lays across strings 4, 3, 2. That's the notes we're going to use. It also touches the 1st string, but the 1st string's redundant on this chord as well. So the little finger is going to stretch up to the 3rd string at fret 9. And you're going to pluck 5, 4, 3, 4. Then you're going to take the little finger off and pluck 3, 4, 5, 4. So that sounds like this. Very good. And now you're going to move this bar up 2 frets. So the bar's now at fret 7, the mini bar's on fret 9, and you're going to run exactly the same pattern again. Okay, great. And then we return back to the original A9 chord and we play that pattern twice. Okay, great. So I am perfectly aware that that's quite a tricky thing to get the hang of. So take your time with it. So I want to demonstrate what I've showed you now at slow speed and then at full speed. So here goes. There we go, that's the main verse section of the song. Okay, good. Right, now I'm going to move on and show you the next portion of the song. And really, I'd just call it part 2. I mean, I don't know whether to call it a chorus or a bridge or whatever, but it goes like this. You're going to go to the D with the bar at fret 5 and the mini bar, like exactly the same as how we played it just now. The same picking pattern and everything. And then I'm going to ask you to move up 2 more frets, up to an E. And then you're going to go back to the original A shape, the A9 shape. Twice. And now we're going to do a slightly different shape. This is a new one, it's based on a B9, but it goes like this. It's a bar at fret 2. The 3rd finger goes onto the 4th string at fret 4. And I'm going to ask you to pluck strings 5, 4, and then the 2nd string, which is held down by the bar, and then back to the 4th string. And then the little finger goes onto the 2nd string at fret 4. Give it a pluck. Take the little finger off, and now pluck the 2nd string again. Now pluck the 4th string, which is still where it was, and then finish by plucking the 2nd string again. So what that looks like is this. And you need to do that twice. And then you're going to go up to bar at fret 7 with the mini bar, and this is the E shape again. Twice. So let me just demonstrate that whole second section for you now. So beginning with the D, up to the E, back to the A9, twice, to the B, to the E. Okay, so there's your second section of the song, and at that point you return to the original sequence and play that again. So now I've showed you the main components of the song. What I'm going to ask you to do is to look at the PDF document that you downloaded with this video, and if you look at it you'll see the whole layout of the sequence of the song and how it goes, and I've written all the chords down. You can print it out, have it next to you, and you can refer to that from start to finish for the song. Okay, but there's one other section I just want to show you. It's like a middle 8. It's when he strums an F chord, and we're going to do this as a bar chord. If you recall, it's the part where he sings, "When you've been gone, I've been lost without a trace." You know, I'm a better guitarist than I am a singer. So if you strum the bar at fret 1, and then your middle finger is on the 3rd string at fret 2, and then these 2 fingers are on the 5th string at fret 3, and the little finger's right behind it on the 4th string at fret 3. So look at the chord chart next to me if you just want to clarify that. And of course you should be familiar with these bar chord shapes by now, because it was one of the free lessons that I gave you in the 12-part course. So give that a strum, and then you're going to move up 2 frets to a G chord, but the shape is exactly the same. And then you're going to move back down to F, then again to G, and then once more on F, and then at that point you return to the original section of the song. Okay, great. So we've covered a lot of stuff there, and I encourage you to watch this video over and over again if you just want to clarify a few of the points. And I don't expect you to be able to play it along with me as I'm showing it to you for the first time. It's perfectly normal to have to watch this several times for you to get the hang of it, and lots of practice as well. So let me just demonstrate what we've done. I'll play it in slow motion and then I'll play it at the full speed. So. So that section will repeat, and then part 2. And then back to part 1. Okay, so full speed. Part 1 again. Part 2. Okay, so I think you've seen enough, really. Now it's just a case of you going away and practicing it. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. I didn't learn to play this song overnight, okay? It took me a lot of practice, weeks and weeks of repetition. So be patient with yourself, enjoy learning the song, and once you've learned it, go and play it to people, go and entertain people, okay? Make sure you get the palm muting right, make sure you're spreading your fingers out, keeping plenty of pressure on the frets, and it should sound brilliant. Okay, so good luck. Thanks for joining me in the lesson, and I really look forward to seeing you soon in one of the other V guitar lessons. Take care, bye-bye.